Ever since playing the Super Mario Bros. Series as a little kid, I've been fascinated with the power-up mechanic that allows Mario to transform, becoming more powerful, gaining some sort of ability. Over the years, this has greatly evolved, especially once the games transitioned through style, graphics, and systems. Now, over the 40 years of Mario's reign, these power-ups have endured and are featured in some way in every single title in the series. My name is Copycat, and welcome to the best power-up in every Mario game. Before I get this video started, I do want you all to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to stay notified when I upload new videos. Super Mario Bros. Was the game that started everything for the franchise and contained 4 power-ups. The 1-Up Mushroom, the Magic Mushroom that made Mario big, the Fire Flower that lets him throw fireballs, and the Star which turns him invincible. In this game, the Fire Flower is by far the best power-up, as the effect of the star really only lasts temporarily, and the Fire Flower's effects last until Mario takes damage. Also, the Fireball ability pretty much defeats every enemy, and also can be used in the Bowser fights as an alternate way of defeating him. In the end, the Fire Flower was just very different from what had been seen in games at that time, and can be definitely seen as revolutionary. The American version of Super Mario Bros. 2 has some very unique traits about its power-ups due to this game originally not being a Mario game. 1-Up Mushrooms still do give you an extra life, but mushrooms are used to restore health and give you an extra heart for that level. Stars only appear after you find 5 cherries, and there's a stopwatch that freezes all enemy movements on screen for a short time. I would have to say the stopwatch is the best, as it's something that never really appears in any other Mario title, even if it was only useful in specific levels in this game. The third game in the original trilogy, Super Mario Bros. 3 added 5 brand new power-ups into the mix. These included the Super Leaf, which turns Mario into raccoon form where he can tail whip enemies, slow down as he falls, and fly for a very short time. The Tanuki Suit, which gives you the same abilities as the Power Leaf, plus lets you turn into a statue to avoid or defeat enemies. The Magic P-Wing that also grants Mario the abilities from the Super Leaf, but has the plus side of letting him fly indefinitely. Now this only lasts for 1 level, then it reverts back to the raccoon form. There's also the Frog Mario Suit, which allows you to swim much easier in the water, but impedes your movement on land. And finally, the Hammer Suit, which essentially turns you into a Hammer Bro with the added ability to use the shell to shield yourself. If I had to choose the best power-up, I'd have to go with the Tanuki Suit, as the ability to turn into a statue can really come in handy during certain levels, and I remember how amazed I was coming across this power-up when I first played the game on the NES. The Japanese version of Super Mario Bros. 2, or the Lost Levels as is known in the Western world, only adds 1 power-up and it's not good at all. This is the Poison Mushroom, which actually reduces Mario's power-up and brings him back to the standard, Small Mario form. If you're already Small Mario and you get this mushroom, then you'll lose a life instead. In the Lost Levels, the star is by far the most useful power-up, as there's way more enemies in this much harder game, and it will help you pass some really tough sections in these levels. Super Mario Land is the very first handheld game in the series and only adds 1 power-up in the Super Ball Flower. Now only one of these fireballs can be fired at a time, and they bounce multiple times, collecting every coin it makes contact with. This really cool power-up also made dealing with enemies a lot easier. Super Mario World for the SNES adds 3 new power-ups that all change how you fly through the air. The first is the Cape Feather, which allows Mario to glide through the air, which is a bit similar to the Super Leaf power-up. You can also tap on the D-pad repeatedly to continue gliding through the air. Mario can also attack enemies by pressing Y, which will spin the cape. The Power Balloon is the second new power-up, which allows you to float through the air for a limited amount of time. If you collect extra Power Balloons in midair, then it will reset the timer. The last and best power-up in Super Mario World are Yoshi's Wings, which let you fly through levels and enter coin heaven. I vividly remember using this power-up when I first played the game and felt extremely free flying around the level. Super Mario Land 2 is the second handheld game in the series and adds 1 power-up in the Carrot. This transforms you into Bunny Mario, which gives him the ability to flap his ears, allowing him to hover. This will allow you to stay in the air longer, so you can maneuver more easily around objects. Super Mario 64 was the first 3D game in the series and has 3 new distinct power-ups in the form of wearable caps. This included the wing cap, which allowed Mario to fly for a limited time, a vanish cap that turns Mario invisible, allowing him to pass through wire cages and ignore enemies, and a metal cap that turns Mario into metal, allowing him to walk underwater. It's hard to pick the best power-up in this game, but I'd have to go with the metal cap as it's very unique and allows you to breathe underwater without worrying about your air running out. Super Mario Sunshine is a very interesting game in the series as it doesn't have any new power-ups, replacing those with the Flood device. The only power-up left in this game is the 1-Up Mushroom, which obviously gives you an extra life. The third handheld game in the series, New Super Mario Bros., was the franchise's return to 2D platforming and added 3 new power-ups. The first of these was the blue shell, which lets Mario swim faster and lets him use the shell to protect himself from enemies. It also had the cool shell dash ability, which could be activated if you run for a short time then quickly crouch. This was very powerful as it could actually defeat thwomps and boos. The next is the mini mushroom, which turned Mario extremely small and actually allowed him to jump higher, run on water, and fit through mini pipes. The best and final new power-up in this game is the Mega Mushroom, which allowed Mario to grow to enormous size, letting him destroy every enemy, pipes, and blocks in his path. In the very unique Super Mario Galaxy, there are 5 new power-ups. The first is the Bee Mushroom that literally turns Mario into a bee, allowing him to fly around in short bursts, lets him walk on flowers and clouds, and lets him stick on honeycomb walls. The next is the Ice Flower, which allows Mario to freeze water or lava so he can then skate across them freely. Another one is the Red Star power-up that acts very similarly to the wing cap in Super Mario 64, but has the added bonus of being able to press A to stop in midair and change direction. There's also the Spring Mushroom that allows Mario to bounce extremely high by continuously pressing A with good timing. Finally, the best power-up in this game is the Boo Mushroom, which gives Mario the power of intangibility and also allows him to float in mid-air. Certain objects can also be passed through if you shake the Wii remote. I hope in future Nintendo Switch Mario games they add more ingenious power-ups like this game has. Mario's 2D console return in New Super Mario Bros. Wii adds 2 brand new power-ups and 1 recycled one. The new ones include the Propeller Mushroom, which allows Mario to shoot up very quickly in the air, then glide down back slowly to the ground, and the Penguin Suit, where Mario has the ability to throw ice balls freezing enemies. The Penguin Suit also allows Mario to gain better traction on ice when walking or sliding on it with great speed. The recycled power-up is the Ice Flower, which actually acts similarly to the Fire Flower, but instead freezes enemies, which will hurt or destroy some of them, and only immobilize others. I'd have to say the Penguin Suit is the best power-up in this game, as it's extremely useful to traverse through ice theme levels, and is just overall very cute. Along with the original power-ups present in the first game, Super Mario Galaxy 2 adds 2 new ones that are both incredibly amazing. The first is the Cloud Flower that allows Mario to create 3 cloud platforms by shaking the Wii remote, where he can then walk on them. The next and best power-up in this game is the Rock Mushroom, which if you didn't guess, turns Mario into a rock by shaking the Wii remote. In this form, Mario can knock out enemies, destroy boulders, break the red crystals, and topple bridges. It's just extremely satisfying and fun to roll through courses, leveling everything in your path. Super Mario 3D Land is very interesting as it has almost every power-up from Super Mario Bros. 3, but a few of them do something very different. The Boomerang Flower doesn't only let you defeat enemies, but it also lets you collect items from further away. The Invincibility Leaf has all the abilities from the Tanuki Suit form, but also gives Mario invincibility for 1 course. Finally, the best power-up change has to go to the P-Wing, that only appears in the game as an assist block after the player loses 10 lives. This is a very powerful power-up as it sends Mario right to the goalpost in any level, including the final Bowser boss fight. Pretty cool, huh? New Super Mario Bros. 2 for the Nintendo 3DS only has 1 new power-up, which also happens to be the best in the game. That's the Golden Mushroom, which gives Mario the ability to throw explosive gold fireballs that can defeat almost every enemy and turn brick blocks into coins. This power-up is tons of fun to use, even if it's a bit too overpowered. New Super Mario Bros. U retains most of the power-ups from the previous games in the series, but adds the Super Acorn. This power-up turns Mario into a flying squirrel, which allows him to glide for quite a long distance and cling to walls that are considered safe. There's also the much better P Acorn, which is definitely the best power-up in the game, as it gives Mario all the abilities of the flying squirrel, but he'll never lose the ability of gliding and can perform squirrel jumps continuously without landing. Of course, like other P power-ups, this one only lasts one level or until Mario takes damage. Super Mario 3D World has a wide variety of returning power-ups from different games in the franchise. However, there are 3 brand new ones that are all very unique. The first is the Super Bell that transforms Mario into a cat form, allowing you to climb walls and the goal pole, and lets you pounce and swipe at enemies to defeat them. There's also the Double Cherry that transforms Mario into Double Mario. This is used to activate different switches or defeat more enemies. The final new and best power-up in this game has to be the Lucky Bell, which also transforms you into Cat Mario, but has the added bonus of being able to turn into the invincible Golden Mario statue called Lucky Cat. The really interesting thing about this is that it also gives you coins for the duration of your fall. Super Mario Odyssey is the latest installment in the Super Mario Bros. Series, and for the most part replaces power-ups for the incredibly cool capture mechanic. However, this doesn't mean the game is devoid of them, and there are 2 new ones in the Life Up part that increases the player's health to 6, or gives them 10 coins if they're full HP already, and the amazing Rocket Flower that gives Mario a temporary speed boost. The best of these 2 is definitely the Rocket Flower, as it can be strung together with other ones, which works really well in hiding your balloon in Luigi's Balloon World within certain kingdoms. Alright, so that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you did enjoy this one. If you did, please leave a like, comment below any other types of videos you want me to make, and of course subscribe to my channel while hitting that bell button. Also, if you haven't yet, please check out my Instagram at Copycat Gamer, where I upload some cool clips and some really cool items from my collection. Hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!